Hello, I am live. Victoria Cochrane here with you on Wednesday, the 17th of July. Great to be with you. I'm on my computer today, so I'm hoping that it doesn't kind of vacillate so much like my phone does, but it seems to have a bit of a delay with talking, so I don't know how we go. Hope you're all well. Today, talking about awakening and children of the masters and masters, and just a little bit about that, and then going to do a oneness meditation and reading for people who are either awakening or who are awakened. So please pop a comment in and say hi, and let me know where you are on your journey, because we're all at different stages. And I am not doing a reading for individuals, but I'm doing collective. Hi, Krista. On a break. Awesome. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Tylee. But if you would like a reading, if you're in Tasmania, I'm at the Devonport Psychic Fair on the weekend. Otherwise, by all means, drop me a line and we can go from there. No, I'm doing collective. I really can't do individuals. I tried that once and it was just exhausting. Too many people requesting readings, and but I'm just going to pull a card for everybody just as a starting point. I need my glasses. Hi, Ellie. Hi. And then I'm going to talk to you about living on the earthly plane as the children of the masters or master. And today I'm going to be drawing on Viana Stibel's work, Seven Planes of Existence. I am a theta healing practitioner. I've done advanced theta healing. And so Viana's work is very important to me. Most of you know that I have been using Archangel Michael's work through Rhona V. Zane. Rhona Herman she was, but she's changed her name now. She's Archangel Michael's Sacred Scribe, but I thought that I would use Viana's work today and just talk to you a bit about why we come to Earth and how we're all staying stuck in the third dimension a bit longer than we were meant to. Hi, Nettie. Great to see you. So a lot of the work I do is about ascension and talking about raising our vibrations, and it might seem to some that I talk about it a lot, but I need to. We all need to hear it, and we all need to take on board the fact that we're all responsible for our own journey, for our own development, and only we can make the changes that are required. And if everybody did that, hi Vicky, great, whereabouts are you? If we all did that, the world would be a much better place. So, are you down south or are you up north? Okay, so these cards are the angels, daily guidance from your angels oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. And even though she's changed direction, her work is still really important and her cards are still just as relevant and there's one, vibrant as always. Okay, so the first one is heart chakra. So this is for everybody watching or tuning in or coming in later. Hi, Daphne. Ulverston, awesome. Well, maybe pop in on the weekend to the Devonport Psychic Fair, which is at the Gateway Hotel from Friday to Sunday. And actually, I did an interview this morning for 7AD, and they're going to air that tomorrow, and you can win free tickets. So I don't know, he didn't tell me what time that they're airing it, but well worth listening in. So this first card is heart chakra. Love is the heart of the matter. Love is all there is. On the cover of my third book, The Masters, there's a quote from the Masters. I know it's back to front. I do apologise. The underlying force behind the creation of the universe is love. That is all there ever has been and all there ever will be. So the creator of all that is of unconditional love, because love is all there is. So your heart is the center within your physical being, attuned most to love. It's safe for you to love and be loved with an open heart as we stand by with perfect protection and guidance. And I love looking at the imagery. And if you look at the imagery on here, the person with angel wings is very guided. And the blue cap to me would represent the opening of the heart chakra and the opening of the throat chakra. So also communication, hi Megan, and being open to hearing and receiving messages, but also on a staircase. So on an onward journey of evolvement and growth, and that is what we are on. So if you are having trouble at the moment and you're a bit stuck, and there's the phone again. And it shouldn't be ringing because it's turned off. I don't know why it's ringing, so I'll just keep going. It's just always coming back to your heart space and seeing things from a heart-centered matter and with love and compassion for yourself, but the people involved. So it's sometimes difficult, but that's what we're going to be talking today, is about being in that raised state where you can see the bigger picture and where you can actually see things from other people's perspectives. Okay, so I'm going to choose two more. This is just to start our session today. Oh, great. That's great, Vicky. Hi, Donna from Boston, USA. I love it that we reach people all over the world. That's fantastic. Oh, so if somebody out there is wondering if a new partner is coming along, the answer to that is yes. So this is for you. A chance meeting is no mistake. It is divinely orchestrated as a catalyst to set the wheels in motion for the fruition of your prayers. And it might not be a love partner. I've got a really wonderful new friend, Laura, who was meant to leave Tasmania yesterday and mucked up her booking and is still in Tasmania, and was sitting in a cafe in Devonport and just met this wonderful lady called Marg, and they had a beautiful connection. And then Marg contacted me this morning, and we're obviously all meant to meet, and so there are no coincidences. So if that is happening to you, take notice. It's meant to happen and it's guided. Pay careful attention to new people we send into your life. You will recognize them by your sense of familiarity, comfort, and safety. And our soul family always comes in at the right time to support us and guide us when we need it most. Hi, Kelly Jane. Great to see you back. So, wow. And it's happening for a lot of people now, because a lot of people are at crossroads, are finding that some things are ending and new beginnings. And so the right people come in at the right time just to give you that guidance, even, coming across people like me or other people who can just kind of give you that support when you need it most. So it's all guided and divinely timed. And the last one, very important in the work that I do, let the past go. We can't let new things come in if we're holding on to past hurts. The burden of carting your past around has made you weary, dear one. It's time to set this burden down. Keep only the lessons and the love and leave everything else behind. You don't want it or need it, and now it's gone. And that's really important. And if you're having trouble with that, then by all means get in contact with me, because that's the kind of work that I do, is letting the past go, helping people to let the past go. So there are the 3 cards that I pulled for all of you to start. See everything from your heart, always working from your heart, and bringing love into a situation to allow you to move on and onwards and upwards in your journey. Take notice of the new people coming into your life, because they're divinely sent and possibly part of your soul family, and ready to help you on your journey, and let the past go. Right, so today I want to talk to you a bit about mastery. We all know the Masters of Light, Jesus, Kuan Yin, Archangel Michael, Saint Germain. So many Masters of Light come in to work with us at various times. Archangels are Masters of Light too, and they're Masters of the upper fifth plane. So Vienna talks about Masters and Children of the Masters. And so Children of the Masters are people who haven't reached mastery, who are working towards enlightenment. And most of us are still working towards mastery and enlightenment. But a lot of Masters of Light are walking around the planet Earth in human form, reincarnated to help people to move forward and to help the planet not self-destruct. And sometimes they try to come into a human body and the energy's too high. So if you know of anyone who's had a stillbirth or a miscarriage or anything like that, chances are it was a master who was trying to come in and just it wasn't the right time, or they just felt that they could do a better job in the ethereal world than on the physical plane. Quite often that explains why babies don't come through, and the soul will be born into a different body at a different time. Masters of Light are a very high energy, and so therefore to incarnate in a human body is a great risk, really, because the earthly plane is very dense, with very dense energy, ego, lots of dense emotions and things that can really drag a soul down and make a soul forget why they reincarnated on the earth in the first place. And many people lose their way through drugs and alcohol and anger and losing themselves in all those kind of earthly dense vibrations. So there's never any judgment from the Creator or from the ethereal kingdom for that. Even though there's lots of judgment on earth, of course, from humans, but it's all about learning lessons. And so if we haven't learned our lesson, then yes, we will need to come back and reincarnate and go again. Masters have learnt their lessons, they've reached mastery, but they still come back to help other people to do that. So it's a really great, amazing gift that the Masters of Light give the earth in actually reincarnating back into a human body. So this book that I'm reading from is The Seven Planes of Existence by Vienna Steibel. You can buy all these books online now or off the shelf. You don't need to do the courses of theta healing to read them. And it's all explained too in her theta healing books as well. But I do want to read a little bit, because it's all about, the more we understand, then the more able we are to kind of integrate the misunderstandings that we have about what's happening on Earth and why things are happening. Kelly Jane says, I keep seeing 1111. You're not the only one. So many people are seeing that at the moment. And it's definitely about new beginnings and stay on your path. But it's also about making sure that you are not dissuaded from your direction, the direction that you've set, that you're being guided to continue on. And Donna says, I needed that. Thank you. That's awesome. So this is called The Awakening on page 85. Many people on this planet have dim memories of a time when they were living on the fifth plane of existence as masters and children of the masters. The children of the masters don't remember their experiences as clearly as the masters. They need to be awakened to their soul's potential. I've been accused of seeing the good in people and told that my optimism concerning the human race is naive. But if you could see people the way that I do, you'd be amazed. I see them from the perspective of their soul potential, their God self. Once you perceive people from this perspective, you'll understand that most of us haven't even begun to realise our potential. That is so true. Wow. If only I knew my path. Yeah, so we'll do some work on that, knowing your path. Just remind me of that, because I don't have it. I have to dive out of view to get a pen. But yeah, we all have our soul path and the reason that we reincarnated, and our soul knows it. And really, to know it is not to sit in your head, but to sit in your mind, to sit in your heart space, and to connect with your higher self. We have no idea of what our soul has to offer the world. For the most part, the masters who come to the third plane do naturally awaken to their potential. They have dreams that they are flying through space and time and memories of the amazing things they could do. So that is, if that is happening to you, or you're awakening now and you're finding that your psychic abilities are going off the charts or whatever, you're a master awakening to your potential. The first thing that an awakened master does is to awaken their spiritual DNA, as in the DNA activation. A master will instinctually activate their own DNA, remember how to do healings, and at times get discouraged by the limitations of this plane. At times, I think that is an understatement. Aren't we all discouraged by the limitations of this plane? They see what's happening in the world and they just want to go home. So a lot of people feel they want to go home, that they don't belong, and that kind of thing. So if that is happening to you or has been part of your lifetime, then you're a master awakening to your potential, and there's help. I'm just one of many who have awakened earlier to help others to step into their own abilities. And there's nothing you could ever tell me that I would never believe. And I'm always there to chat and to talk. Wow. So Katie Walters says, I woke up on Monday morning hearing a woman gasp. I checked the time and it was 4:44 a.m. I went back to, I can't actually read the rest of that comment, because then it just comes up with delete the comment and everything. But I'll have a read of that later. Yeah, so why are we here? We're here to serve. We're here to help the planet. We're here to use our knowledge that we've had hidden to actually help others to awaken. And it's like a domino effect, the more that we do that. And the children of the masters haven't reached mastery yet, but that's what they're working towards. But many of them are just in slumber and will remain that way all their lives in this lifetime. It's very interesting that Diana talks about the I can't remember where I read that now, but only 4% of the world are masters awakened to their full potential. But if everybody answered the call, there'd be 11%, which doesn't seem like a lot, but actually it is. So it's so important. It's such an important thing to actually accept that we are on a soul journey and that and not to be in fear of what's available to us. The mission of the awakened masters is, of course, to wake up their children. If 1,000 people in every country were awakened, the course of history would be permanently changed. If only 100 people in every country were awakened, the world would be saved. That's pretty powerful stuff. So here she says, 5 years ago, our chances of surviving self-destruction were only 50-50. Now I perceive that there's a 65% chance of succeeding. This doesn't mean that further change will be easy. I know, and this was written in 2016, so it's pretty recent. I know that all kinds of bizarre things are still happening in the world. You think? But there are positive changes too, because group consciousness is changing for the better. So if you think that we're all one and every thought creates and all our thoughts go out to the world, if we're all sending love and light to the world and thinking positive thoughts, that's a group consciousness. If you get together with a group and you're all consciously meditating for the earth, that's just so powerful. It's such a powerful thing. So the more that we are together putting that energy out to the world, the better our survival will be, the better chance our survival will be. Only a small percentage of the planet needs to be awakened to raise the group consciousness. This awakening is the next step in our spiritual evolution on this planet. And the fact that you guys are on here listening to this is significant. You know, you're all awakening. At the present time, here she says, approximately 4% of the world's population are ascended masters, but the number of these masters who are consciously aware that they are masters is much lower. I told someone the other day that she's a master and it blew her mind and she was like in a daze for the rest of the day. So I was shown that I'm a master about 9 years ago, and it did take me a while to kind of go, oh my goodness, no, I'm just me. But it's not about being an ego about that. It's then about taking the responsibility, okay, of sharing the knowledge that is there with people like you, and of helping people to step into their own mastery. Because if everybody just discovered they were masters and then just went, I'm the sage and, you know, everybody follow me, it's not really helpful, is it? It doesn't do anything. It's just, we don't want to disempower people. We want to empower people. You know, to actually be a guru and get people to follow and stuff, that's disempowerment. It's about empowering people all to step into their guru-ness and all to be gurus together and just spread that love and light and empower the whole world. You know, like, it's not about ego. It's about all awakening together. That's what I think. At the present, masters of the fifth plane come here in groups with a leader who awakens them. Once they have awakened, they train the children of the masters. When they have trained all these children, 11% of the world's population will be awakened masters. As the planet progresses, so do the awakened masters. It's pretty amazing stuff. What do you think? Pop up your comments. It would be great. It's easy to see the difference between a fifth plane master and one of their children inhabiting a human body. This is starkly apparent in the classroom and in everyday life settings. A fifth plane master will be able to listen to another person's viewpoint, while a child of a master won't be able to. A master will share their ideas and simply know truth when they see it, whereas the child of a master will sometimes be argumentative and difficult to teach. This is one reason why there is so much plagiarizing of spiritual information. A master, on the other hand, will always show love and respect to their teachers. Masters cannot force their children to listen on this plane. They can only be patient and love them. And that's what I say to people, hold the space. That's all you can do. Everybody has their own journey. Everybody has free will. And if they're not listening, or if they are stubborn or whatever it is, You can't make them. You just can hold the space and send love to them, and eventually, hopefully, they'll come around. This is why we're given tools such as the belief, feeling, and virtue work to awaken both ascended masters and children of the masters. And that's why I think I became a theta healing practitioner. And I've only done 2 courses. I could have done more, but I'm being shown and taught so much by Creator and my guides that I don't feel that I need to do any more. Yeah, they're coming through in signs. These messages of higher vibrations are coming through in signs. Can you tell me more about that, Vicky? That would be awesome. This is why this awakening will allow us to change the fate of the world. It is part of our divine timing, our mission in life, our life path. This is why we came here. We were placed here in a third dimensional world for a reason. It is as if someone created a video game for us, and when we play that video game, we are that character. But the larger part of us is sitting outside the video game. Our mind is focusing on it, but our soul is sitting outside it. And as we grow up, we can actually lose sight of who we are in spirit and forget. And we get caught up in the game of life instead of actually being an observer. And that's what Archangel Michael talks about too, is actually masters are observers rather than participants. I don't think it means being a Buddhist and just sitting in that enlightened state and not participating in life at all. We have to be in the physical body and live our lives, but it's about not being immersed in the drama of it. Donna says, I used to have an astrology practice and Reiki master. I had many clients. After a while, I didn't need. And then when I go see more, I just don't actually get the message. Yeah, we move through stages. People will use crystals and then suddenly not use them anymore. As we are learning and evolving ever towards mastery, we become innately masterful. And so we only need the resources of creation and of our connection to the Creator and to our higher selves and of what we know. We only need ourselves. That's it. And so I use everything as a tool. I've got lots of crystals. I use essential oils, all the rest, but it's trust in myself and in my connection that is of paramount importance. And yeah, it does. It does. It's working with those children to help keep them on track. And even if they have terrible lives at home, you're the anchor that keeps them grounded in. And so it's really important work that we do. We need to give ourselves credence for all the work that we're doing, just by being ourselves and by being the light for others, until they can be the light for themselves. Sometimes we do need to do that. We need to be the light for others until they can spark the light for themselves. It's so true, isn't it? So let's see what she says now. The most prevalent awakening years seem to be 27, 31, 34, 47, 37, 41 and 42. I was 48 when I awoke. Other people don't have to be awakened at all. They know who they are throughout their lives. Many young people these days are drawn to drugs and alcohol because they are too psychic and want to be able to turn it off. I actually do wonder about schizophrenia and all those things, whether it's just the voices are actually the psychicness and it's just all too much. And that's really sad. Vicky says, I hear words highlighted in songs, numbers appearing, several people repeating similar messages. Animals are so psychic. Animals are, well, their souls are ascended already, they're masters, because they love unconditionally, don't they? You know, they just are. They just are. So, wow, that's amazing. Where was I? This is why it is so important to teach a gifted child to control their psychic abilities. I had a 7-year-old here in my house the other day who can see auras all the time, and Mum just thought it was important for him to come and see me, and so it was, and they just are so psychic, and it's so important that we understand that, yes, it's lovely, it's important ability, but it's important to be a child too, and you can turn it off. You can ask for it to be turned off till later. Now I don't know what to do. You were a childcare worker, but you don't know what to do. Your soul knows what to do. You just need to, it's on the, something ends so that you can move forward. Yeah, you have your own kids, and they're important to bring up too. So, I didn't awaken until my kids were old enough for me to step into this work. But people are awakening earlier because the planet needs them. But it might be about just doing things from home, or learning Reiki, or meditating and sending love to the world. But connecting to your guides and asking for help and guidance is really important, Kelly Jane. With proper training, these young people can avoid this dangerous time and will never have this problem again. We were all put here to learn, and the way we learn is through duality, good and bad, dark and light. In the energy of the Creator, everything is one. There is no duality. It is all one and the same. We learn to love. We learn to overcome fear. We learn all the raw emotions. We learn to make the right choices, we hope. We learn that with free agency as our guide, we can focus our thoughts, acquire virtues, and work with the laws. Once we start doing this, we graduate from school. So there's a few things I'll scroll back through in a minute, but just listening to our soul is really important. And trusting the urges. So if you're really drawn to something but you don't know, a really good thing to do, this is for Kelly Jane, but for anybody else who doesn't know what to do, if you just center yourself in your heart space, take a breath and just breathe your energy into your heart space and just feel yourself centered in there. Feel your feet grounded on the floor and bring in the light of Creator around you, and you just do that with intention. Hold the intention you're in the unconditional love of the Creator of all that is. Come through your crown and then all around you. And then breathe it into your heart space. Set your energy in it if you can and see it all around you, but otherwise just hold that energy there. And then see the path before you. You might see yourself at a crossroads. Is the path straight, or are there forks going off it? So what is it you've been drawn to do? Is it just staying home with the children? Is that what lights up the strongest? Going back to work, go down that path, see how light it is, see whether it fades off or if it doesn't have a good energy. Working from home, try that one. Go down that path and see. So it's just about seeing the different options that you have available and feeling into them and seeing whether they're strong or not. And just sit in it. Don't think, just feel into it and just know what's right for you. I often do that with my clients, just get them to look at the different paths and just really know. I'm going to try opening up this message, but it doesn't want to. Oh, here we are. If I pin it, then I can read it better. Happy to have found you. I'm 44 and started awakening about 3 months ago, purging so much emotion lately and trying to find balance, path and my gift. So letting go of the past now, Shelley, is really important because, and I did that through my theta courses, just letting go of all the ego that I had and of the stuff in my childhood where I was needy and not confident and needed love, and I was loved immensely but never felt good enough and all those things. And something that I still work on constantly, but is gone enough for me to step into this work. And so it's just about really making sure that, I can't read the rest of the message, but, there we go. What is the best way of navigating through this? I desperately need to find my purpose. Okay, well, Shelley, it would be really great if you're open to having a healing with me. We can sort out a time. We can do it on Messenger or on WhatsApp or whatever. I also teach people, so I take on students and just help them to connect to their guides. And but it's about trusting that this is happening for a reason, and doing a lot of meditating and bringing in extra light, asking the masters to help you to release and let go of the past, and bringing extra light in so that you can move forward in your spiritual. I know you need to find your purpose, but sometimes we're not ready to know that yet. They won't show it to us until we're really emotionally ready, and then it will just come. Someone said to me once, you're trying to bash the door down when the whole wall's going to open up for you. It's just about divine timing and just allowing everything to come in. So those messages that I had before, I need to pin to so that, here we go. Donna, I used to have an astrology practice and Reiki master. I've had many clients. After a while, I didn't need to consult the charts. I could see and feel what the person needed. But after I got sick with cancer, I lost my desire to do readings again. Well, you really had to focus on yourself. And cancer changes. It's a sort of a cellular change, and so also eats away at the desire to live, maybe. I'm not sure. But it's about regaining your balance and bringing back the joy, the knowledge of the joy of life, I think, Donna. But it's also perhaps because cancer's a death door, so anything that can give you the option of leaving the planet or staying is a chance to reassess your life and to reassess the choices that you're making, and really whether you're on the right path or not, what or who is in your life that really needs to end, and all of those things. And so quite often it's just that chance to stop and really take stock and to ensure that the rest of your life is you're bringing in your soul purpose, I guess. So I would say it's more about that maybe the readings aren't the right thing now, that perhaps it's something deeper, and only you can know that. But again, sitting in it, knowing it, it's sitting in that, it's sitting in your sacred heart. I do actually want to read you a chapter out of the second book that I channeled about the sacred heart. Well, actually, Talk, Listen, Pray and Meditate was the second chapter, and this is Beyond Ascension 2012. And I seem to be going off the path a bit, but that's the way it's meant to be, because you guys are bringing up really important points, and that's relevant to you but to other people as well. So I'm really grateful for that. Fantastic. Talk to God, and that's no religion, the Creator. But if you're in religion, talk to God, still do it, and He will hear you. He will also always answer you. God listens to everyone. He hears you as individuals and also as the masses. He knows every thought and word you speak. He sees every dream and hears every wish. Creator is with every man, woman and child. He is in everyone and he listens and responds. He weeps when you weep, laughs when you laugh, and feels what you feel. Intervention from the Creator is only given when one has asked for it. He cannot impinge upon your free will any more than a human can, as it is against spiritual law. The decisions you make are yours to be borne, but if you wish to ask for assistance or advice from the Creator, He will always give it. He will always give it. He speaks in tones of love and wisdom. He speaks through nature and on the winds. Yet if you listen and wait for an answer in your head or in your heart, you will receive it. It may be a thought, an unspoken feeling, or a song, as Vicky said. The answers you hear may not always be what you have wished for, but they are what He has deemed that you need to know at this point in time. The Creator does not require that you heed His advice. It is up to you. But when you talk to Him and ask for an answer for your highest and best, He will answer you. Have you listened? Have you heard? God speaks. Listen and you will hear. So then it talks about praying and meditating. But the third chapter is the sacred breath. But there was one about the sacred heart. And I just need to, when in doubt, go to, might be in my first book. Here we are, 45, training your mind to follow your sacred heart. Because the mind jumps around and the monkeys have a lovely time. I always talk about the monkeys, 5 little monkeys jumping on bed. And your mind houses your ego as well. Your sacred heart is your sacred space. It houses your soul and is your eternal connection to the all. When you sit within your sacred heart, the influences of the mind are minimized and the true meaning of the situation at hand becomes apparent. In this sacred space, your connection to Source is maximized and the voice of God within will become crystal clear. The illusions of the physical world will be gone and the possibilities of the universe will be open to you. When you think from your sacred heart space, you will have the best ability to remain in integrity, and any course of action you choose to make will be of the highest order. So let's do that. Let's sit in our sacred heart and then ask a question of the Creator and just clear our minds and see what comes in. Now, let me just see what else is happening here. Oh, thank you, Shelley. You are so welcome. Hi, Natasha. Great to see you. I hope you're well. And Kelly Jane, then you'll be able to ask in your sacred heart space about what's next for you. Okay? So here we go. Need to be hydrated, everyone. Nature is hydrating today. It's absolutely pouring outside. It's a really good day to be staying home. I haven't had to go into my room today, so that's why I'm at home. To find your sacred heart space, close your eyes and center your thoughts in your breath. While you're doing that, I'm going to close the door there so you don't hear the traffic noise so much. Take a few breaths in and out and relax your shoulders and your mind. Bring your awareness to the space in your chest like we did before. That is in front of your heart. So build a beautiful ball of pearlescent white light. Your light is Creator's light, one and the same. Remember, we're all connected, we're all one. Feel your energy building there like a ball of beautiful white light. And when you are ready, sit yourself in that light and breathe in the sacred light of God. For your light is God's light. There is no separation. Continue breathing in and out. Get it to about a count of 4 breaths in, 4 breaths out. Keep focusing on the light. Keep focusing on your breath. Now, holding the intention of being in your sacred heart space, see a doorway open up before you. Enter this doorway and you will be in the innermost sanctum of your soul. It is the place where you can commune with the Creator and yourself in peace and tranquility. The closeness you feel to Creator will feel sacred and will make you feel whole again. You will also just know the answer to your problem without needing to think about it. Many people see colours or one particular colour when they are in their sacred heart space. Seeing a particular colour or pattern may enable you to recognise when you are there. If you cannot see, you will feel the energy change around you, or you will feel a swelling of love in your heart space that is overwhelmingly peaceful. So now you're in your sacred space. You actually bring your mind down into your heart space and just know. It's a really different feeling to thinking. So ask your question and then just let go of it. Don't try to think the answer, just allow it to come. Just going to hold the space for you now for a few moments. If you start to think, just bring your mind back to your breath, breathing in and out and to the light and the colour that you see. And just asking for an answer for your highest and best. It could be a knowing. You might actually get a thought that's not your own. Something might just happen, or a message might just come, or a phone call, or someone might just pop in. You just never know. So I'm holding the space for you now. So I wonder how you're going with that. Something to keep practicing. Your sacred heart is connected to your sacred mind and your sacred fire. This triad forms the basis of your solar power center. As humans, you may feel that esoteric and universal knowledge is beyond your reach. But when you activate your solar power center, you are reclaiming your divine birthright and empowering yourself to acknowledge yourself as a co-creator in your own right. Think with your heart, not your head. Begin to see yourself as a creator, in charge and in control, not as a follower being controlled by a higher force. You are one with the Creator, the higher source. You create your own reality with every thought and belief. And so it is. So these books are available on my website, which is victoriacochrane.com, but you can also get them online at any online book seller, or you can contact me and I'll post them out to you. If you have a reading or a healing with me, I sell them to my clients for $10 because I just really want people to read them. Otherwise, they retail for $15. And the third one, About Other Worlds, is $18 at the moment. So I wonder I hope that was helpful for people. Goodness, the time goes so quickly. It's 10 to 1 already. So looking around on the table here, I have that many things. I have these cards by Diana Cooper, which are ascension cards. Accelerate your journey to the light. And they can be quite lovely and useful. So I will pull some cards now for people. So does anyone have did anyone get a message or find their sacred heart space or anything that was kind of helpful? Oops, I've lost your... There you are. I got a message that what I am doing now, run a support group for parents of addicts, is where I need to be. Fantastic. Oh, thank you, Carol, for the feedback. That is awesome. Thank you. I'm on every week, everyone, at the moment, Wednesdays at 12 noon, and I'm just loving it. I'm in Tasmania. I have a little room in Wynyard that I see people, but I also go to Launceston once a month. I was just there this Monday. Next month it'll be Tuesday the 6th of August, and then I'm going to Hobart and I'm going to run a workshop and do some sessions down there in Huonville. But I will come to you if you ask me to. But we can always connect on Messenger or Skype or WhatsApp, and I am $60 for half an hour and $110 for an hour, and you can pay into my account or whatever. But I'm always there to chat to. If you don't have anyone else to talk to, please connect with me. I love hearing from people. You can find me on Facebook, Reaching Out Spiritual News. I put out a monthly newsletter to help people with their spiritual journey. Here it is. So I put it out in hard copy, but I also blog it, and I do send it to people on subscription, so you can subscribe through my website as well. Okay, here we go for people awakening. Cochrane, Cochrane, Cochrane. You've no idea. Cochrane. I get lots of that. And kids at school, because I'm an ex-teacher, I got Mrs. Cockroach quite a bit. But it's Cochrane. Thank you, Vicky. I love teaching. I am a trained classroom teacher as well, and so teaching just seems to be my thing. And I am really grateful to have the gifts and the knowledge that seems to come from somewhere to help people on their own journey. But I'm always learning as well. We're lifelong learners. I'm a lifelong learner. Okay. This is one that I pulled out today, and it's come again. So I think it's meant to be. This is the one that we're all meant to read. The Intergalactic Council. The Intergalactic Council of 12 Great Masters. There was a session I ran, talked about a few sessions ago about the Masters of 12, and all councils run in 12. Everything is 12. Our light body comes in, and there are 12 points. So there are 12 attributes of the Father, Mother, God. Everything is 12. Makes decisions for the highest good of this universe. The council includes Marco, Hilarion, Jesus, Ashtar, Katumi, El Moria, Paul the Venetian, Saint Germain, Kuan Yin, Lady Nada, Serapis Bey, and Lord Maitreya. Saying or thinking their names raises your frequency. Recognize you are a multi-dimensional being. Connect with your deepest wisdom and focus on the well-being of the universe. Your guidance is to ask Universal Angel Butialil to take you to the Intergalactic Council in meditation or sleep and offer to serve the universe. This will greatly expand your consciousness. Now, of course, offering to serve the universe is one thing, but we're not here to sacrifice our energy. So don't do it for the greater good, because the greater good is not always for our highest and best. So yes, I've often said to the masters, I'm happy to serve and I'm happy to do this work, but I won't sacrifice my time or do it so that my husband has to work harder or anything like that. It has to be on an equal basis. So going through the Creator's light, as you've done, going into your sacred heart space, connecting to the light of the Creator, asking to serve in the highest and best way, but for your highest and best, not just for the greater good, is really, really important. We don't have to be sacrificial lambs, right? To serve the world, we don't have to give our energy away. Don't do it. So that's the only beef I have with these cards, is that it's asking you to. The masters will talk about sacrifice. The masters will happily lead you into dangerous territory if you have free will to do so. You've got to make sure that you're always doing it for your highest and best and asking that it's in the energy of unconditional love and not sacrifice. Very important. I couldn't stress anything more. So interestingly, then, it's come out twice. So that was the card that we meant to have. We're all multidimensional. We're thinking in dimensions all the time. We can be of a higher vibration, but then be dragged down into lower thoughts. Thank you, Carol. Yes, a few people have said that. Look, it's just about connecting with you all and just knowing that for you to know I've been on this journey too, and I love it. But what I've learned along the way, I really want to share. And I have got myself into a bit of difficulty when the masters said, come into, the Illuminati headquarters or whatever. And it's like, no, because you just got to protect your energy as much as you can. So it's about really making sure that now the knowledge that I have, that I share, and then you guys will too. And we're all human, but we're ethereal beings having a human experience. And so thank you for that comment, though. I do appreciate it, because it's about connecting. If I was speaking up here and you were not understanding me, then it wouldn't make any difference to anybody, would it? And so the books that I've channeled, the masters, they channeled to me, but I seem to be able to bring it out in a way where people find it easy to read and understand. And that's the whole point. Yes, I am too, Donna. Thank you. That's fantastic. So the alignment of the universe, this was the third book I channeled. And I've been in meditation to different worlds, and it's just about really, they all live in oneness, but they all live for the greater good, most of them, like an ant colony. And so the greater good is not always for our highest and best. You don't need to be a soldier ant sacrificing your life for God, or the queen ant. So, but there is something about the Intergalactic Council, because I did talk to them and actually channel them on a few chapters, and I don't know, I can't remember. Yeah, here we go, 45, the Interplanetary Galactic Federation. So that's what they're talking about here. It's different to the Cosmic Council. The Cosmic Council is a little bit different to the Intergalactic Council. And there were other masters on that I talked to that aren't in that list. But anyway, so little is known of the Interplanetary Galactic Federation on Earth. So this is Federation. And the Federation actually governs all the planets in the universe, and they travel through time and space and whatever. So if you're interested in that, this book is very interesting and talks about how they kind of govern. But there's a paragraph here. The ascension of the universe has been some time in the making, but many years in the passing. All planets supporting life, with the exception of Earth and a scattering of others, achieved oneness and overcame the need for conflict many eons ago. This is due to several factors, one being the superior intellect of alien beings, which supersedes the need to serve self. Highly intelligent life forms perceive life or existence as part of a whole. Everything must be in order because order reduces the chances for mistakes. In an orderly life, where everything runs to plan and all life is respected, everything in existence is equal and all remains in balance. And of course, humans would probably think that's boring, but at least everything works in symbiosis then. There is no need for inequality or for one sector of the population to be superior to another. Spiritual law underpins all ways of life, and respect is the value shared by all beings in the colony, the community, on the planet, and in the Federation. The existence of life beyond Earth and its solar system is not a mystery to many humans because the vastness of the universe is a fact, and it would be the utmost arrogance to consider that Earth is the only planet to sustain life. There are many humans who are now receiving messages from planets within and beyond your galaxy, and the names of these planets and life forms that exist on them are becoming more widely known. Many humans have accepted assistance from these beings in the past and written about it, but only a small number of believers have been willing to listen. In contrast, many humans have been interfered with by aliens, and so it goes on like that. But it's actually interesting to know that this card has come up to say visit the Intergalactic Council and expand your consciousness, but ask to do it in the highest and best way, okay, for yourself. That's great, Carol. That's fantastic. So great to hear. Okay, so I will choose another card now. So the affirmation is just holding the intention. Remember, I always say with intent it is. So hold the highest intention of expanding your consciousness. And we're serving the universe, not just the planet. So everything in the universe is connected by unconditional love. So as long as we do it in the energy of unconditional love and with the highest and best intentions, then you're protected, and the energy you send out is very, very powerful. Okay, Jesus. Jesus has been aligned with religion, but oh my goodness, his energy is so beautiful. He is the bridge from our physical body to our higher consciousness and the Christ consciousness. Jesus came from Venus, planet of love. He was sent to Earth to carry the Christ light at a time when the energy was very low. He incarnated as an Essene and received spiritual teachings throughout his childhood and adult life. Then he underwent many initiations to prepare his energy centers to carry the vibration of unconditional love. He knew exactly what was going to happen. This card reminds you that all challenging people and situations are tests to prepare you for ascension. Very important. I'm going to repeat that because it's so important for you to know that if people are coming into your life to challenge you, it's a lesson. What is the lesson for you? It's got nothing to do with them. They're showing you something about yourself. What is that? Because once you cotton onto that and learn it and resolve all the issues around it, then you're moving forward. This card reminds you that all challenging people and situations are tests to prepare you for ascension. To pass these tests, you need to respond to them with unconditional love and balance. Remember, there is only love. That's the whole thing, isn't it? There is only love. Only love is real. I respond with unconditional love today. It's a little bit like the Reiki affirmation, the Reiki ideals. Just for today, I live my life without anger. Just today, I live my life. Now I can't think of it. Just for today, I give thanks for my many blessings. Just for today, I live my life with honesty. Just for today, I am kind to my neighbour and every living thing. And so it's just about seeing everything with love and from the highest perspective. And just as an observer, put yourself up on the mountain. What is this about? Before you react and explode. And the last one, Sirius. And there's a chapter in my book about Sirius. The star system of Sirius, actually there's a few chapters about Sirius. The star system of Sirius holds 12 of the universal keys to enlightenment. Remember, it's all about the magic number is 12. And ascension. When you assess and comprehend them, you become a master of the universe. This card invites you to visit the training schools and universities of Sirius in your sleep. Remember, always ask for it to be for your highest and best. In order to develop your higher mind, access the spiritual laws of alchemy and magic, understand sacred geometry, and tune into angel sonics and higher dimensions. This is an opportunity to learn through the inner planes about spiritual technology and bring it forward to the new golden age. I'm open to the higher wisdom of Sirius. This card wouldn't be for everybody, but if you feel that you're at that stage, then by all means. But I think the one about Jesus is really, really important, that people come into your life and are quite challenging at times, but it's all about you. Always bring it back to you. What are they reflecting? What's being reflected, and what can you work on, and what can you let go? Let go of the past. Remember that card before, let go of the past. Let your past go. Yeah, the cards have been great, haven't they? So I've used the Daily Guidance Angels Oracle cards, and I've also used Diana Cooper's Ascension cards. I don't use them a lot because they're a bit fifth planey and do talk about they don't talk about, they don't give you that guard of working in the unconditional love. Just make sure that you are asking that it's not just for the greater good but for your higher good. But there's a good book with it too. So if you like the work of Diana Cooper, then it might be for you. And so it's 10 past. Many blessings to all of you. Don't forget to look out for me on Facebook and also look at my website. I must go in there today and update it. And I've also, the book I've used today is The 7 Planes of Existence by Viona Stibel, who's the theta healing master. And she does also have lots of stories in there of experiences she's had with things as well that just add another dimension to what she's talking about. Okay, love and blessings to all of you. You may contact me for a session. Please do, Carol. That would be fantastic. You can do it through here, through Spiritual Events Directory, and Sarah will put you on to me, or you can go to Reaching Out Spiritual News on Facebook and contact me through there, whatever you like. But I would love to connect with you for a session. That would be awesome. So love and blessings to everybody. Thank you for all your interactions today. It's really helped to guide my session. And if you have any topics that you would like me to cover, because quite often I'm scratching my head 1 or 2 days before saying, what will I, please contact me, or contact Spiritual Events Directory and just say, please tell Victoria that I'd love her to talk about this kind of thing, or this is where I'm at in my life, can Victoria talk about it so that it guides everybody. So I would love some guidance from you guys of what you would like me to talk about. But thank you so much for your feedback, and I look forward to connecting with you next week. But if you contact me in the meantime, I look forward to that as well. Bye. Have a great day, everyone.